Hello friends, today I'm going to make a video about Python. The most important thing about this video is that it will help you to revise your whole Python in just 1.5 hours, most probably. And we will try to cover the most important topics. And this video will be based on code rather than on theory classes. Okay, so you may will find it very amusing. So let's start, and we will have a little bit. I will be a little bit faster because we have to cover a lot of things in just 1 hour. So if you have doubts, you can ask any doubts in the comment section, and I will reply to them. So Python. Nowadays, Python is getting very popular due to machine learning and deep learning, and its various usage in other fields. But Python got popular because of its web development, software development, mathematics, and particularly scripting. So initially Python was used just as a scripting language. Python can do, Python can use to create web applications, database system, a whole integrated software system. Now, why we should do in Python, why not in other languages? So first thing very important to know is that Python is an interpreted language. Python is not a compiled language. So if you talk about Java, if you talk about C Sharp, all these are compiled languages. But Python is an interpreted language. And then Python works well on different kind of platforms. So Python is platform independent, and in addition to that, it works on Raspberry Pi. So if you're working with a hardware and you want to develop a code which communicates to a hardware, then you can use a Raspberry Pi and you can use a Python with it. Okay, and Python can be treated as a procedural way, an object-oriented way, or a functional way. So if you want to write a script, you can use a Python as a procedural way. If you want to write a web application or a software application, you can use an object-oriented way, or you can just use a functional way for writing the normal programs. Okay, so as you can see in my screen, we will create the first program known as Hello World, and you'll see why I'm saying that Python is very easy to learn. Just see. Okay, so print a statement. We'll just use hello world. Okay, so I'm using Visual Studio Code, as you can see. So Python syntax are like this. Okay, Python syntax are mainly based on indentation. You will see how. But to just to print a program of hello world, we need to just do this. Okay. So now, if you want to build this program, I'm in a different directory. I will go to this directory, cd. Okay. Now we have to write Python and this program name. Just see, it will print hello. Now I'm using Anaconda prompt. You can use anything, but I feel Anaconda prompt is very easy to use while writing the Python program. So I'm using Anaconda prompt. Anaconda prompt is where you can easily download from internet, so it's not difficult to find. Okay, so we have written the first program in Python. Wow, in just 2 minutes you wrote your first program, and that's very good. Okay, but to make sure, I want to teach you in a proper way so that from initial onwards you get to learn what we need to do. Okay, so remember this, we will always write the program with main function. Why we write this main function? So that the program will not get executed if the name is not equal to main. So for example, if I'm creating another Python file, okay, and the main word is not there, and I'm including that file in this, and I'm running that file, so that file will not get compiled because the main is included in the hello world. Okay, and to compile all the files, then the hello world will be the entry point. So in the software applications we use, this becomes the entry point. So basically, if I say this is the entry point to your program, and this is actually good because it improves the readability of other programmers, and they know that this is the starting file from where they have to look the code from. And when I was saying indentation, you see the end statement is not a semicolon here, it will be a colon. Okay, and then a space of 4 tabs. Okay, see 1 2 3 4. So this I meant by indentation. Now hello world, and if I do like this, if I just put it a little back, if I give one space indentation, it will show indentation error, or it should show indentation error. Okay. Now it will show indentation expected because there is no indentation. It doesn't know. Okay. So please make sure to remember the indentation, and it will help us. So the code written in the same line is in the same level, and this we say by indentation we means that print will be executed if name equal to name. So this clarifies our problem. Now at the same time, let's see how to take input from the console. So we will say input, give your input, okay, and then we will print input here. Okay, I will give hello world, hello sun. See, so we now know two things: to take the input from the console and to print output to the console. So that starts our program, and then I have told you about the syntaxes. Now the important thing is comments, okay, because comment is very important in every language, and there are two types of comments. The one is single line comment and the one is multi-line comments. Okay, the single line comments are given as hash. Just put a hash and write hello world program. Okay, now this is a single line comment. If I write here, it will not be treated as comment. Now you may say that I can write this. This is my first program. But I would say, why to write this when we have this? So these are the multi-line comments. Now you see that anything written between three quotes will be treated as comment, and hence they are known as multi-line comments. Here it will be treated as single line, so these are known as single line comments. I will write here hash single here hash easy. Now we have written two programs and we are good to go. Now we will learn more about variables, that how the variables are used in Python and what kind of variables that you can use. Okay, let's create a new program here. To s variables.P. Okay, then write the main function, and it's easy. So in this Python automatically detects what kind of variable you are using. For example, if I'm writing s equal to 1, or I'm writing s a equal to s, or I'm writing p equal to Sunny. So it's very easy for Python to guess what are these variables. So as you will see, it will print exact order which you asked for. Okay, so if I print a here and p here and I run this program, then we will do Python. So CLS means clear the screen. Python variables. So here Python automatically detects that what kind of data type you are putting in a variable, and it automatically detects the data type. So in other languages you can use auto keywords and other thing. In Python you don't have to use anything. You just have to write the variable name and in front what kind of value you want to store in it, and it will automatically typecast the variable to that data type. So now the question is that what kind of data type you can store. So I would tell, so I'm writing a multi-line comment here, and that is because I want to explain the data type you want to store. So if you want to write text like Sami, you have str type. Okay, that is string type that we have used in P. So P is actually a string type. If I print that type of P, you will come to know what is the type of P. Okay, so type is another keyword which will help you to tell that what kind of class. See, easy. So the next one is in numeric types. Okay, numeric types. For numeric types, we have int, float, and complex. We don't use complex type much. We will just use int and float. We have sequence type, for which we have list, tuple, range. The range keyword we will use in loops. You will see. For mapping types, we have dictionary. Okay. For set type, we have sets. This is hash setting. Okay. For boolean type, we have bool. Okay. And for binary types, we have byte array, but those we will not go through because those are not very important. But these are actually important. Okay, I will remove complex type from here also because that is also not important, which you will find in the program. But these types you need to understand, and we will go through each of this type. So we have seen this. Now I will create another variable for like 1.15. This is your float type. Then when I say your list, so list will be defined as lst 1, 2, 3. So this is a list of integers. Then tuple. So the difference between tuple and list will be the brackets. So in this way you can see that this is tuple and this is list because of the bracket. And the set is actually same. In set the bracket is different. So 1, 2, 3. So there's actually a lot of difference between them, and we will go through once when we come to these programs that what is the difference. But these are represented like this. Okay. Then boolean, you can just write true. This is a boolean. Okay. And the last one is our dict. So dictionaries are represented like this: 1, 2, or I should say 1, Samir. Samir would be in, Samir is a string, it should be in always in inverted commas. Then 2 can be XYZ. It should always be in inverted commas. Okay. So dictionary, as you know, if you don't know, dictionary is a key value pair. Okay, it will store a key and a value. So this will be the key, this will be the value, and all these are all index based. This is key based, and all these are primitive data types. So there are something called primitive data types, and there are something called derived data types. All these are derived data types, and these are primitive data type: boolean, float, string. String is actually a class, not a primitive data type, and integer. So integer, float, and boolean are the primitive data types. String is a class, and all the others are the derived data types. Now, if you want to see each, what does that mean? So what we'll do that like this, and this will help you to clarify that what I mean to say. So we'll see the type of D. We will see the type of LSG. Sorry, I ate print. We will see the type of TPLE. Okay. We will see the type of SG, then BL, then in last tick. Okay. So done. And this part of integer, string, because A is a string. As you can see, this is also string. String, float, list, tuple, set, boolean, dictionary. So this actually, we get all the data types covered, and now we will move to new types, which would be say specifically for other data types, specifically for data types which are let's say list and all those things. In the last, I want to tell you that we have seen the complex data type also. So if you want to see the complex data type, it's just this one. So you know that we used to donate iota, right? So constant data type will be represented as this. This is a constant data type where J is a complex number. I don't use it much, and we will not use it in programming, but just to tell you that these are represented like this. So I guess we are done with that. Integer can store also a negative numbers. Okay, so remember that. Complex number I have told you. For converting one type to another, you just have yeah, so typecasting is also important. Let's go through that one. So I will save, I will create a new variable or new, and I will given this as data type usage. Okay, okay, we will run actually many things in that. Okay, now we'll write main, that we always do. Now we have a data type, integer data type, so just length. Let's create a program. Now we know data types, we can create programs. Okay, let's calculate the area of circle. Or area of square. This is the most simplest program. Now what we need to do, we need to take the side from the user, and we will take side equal to input, enter the size of the square. Now there are two things in this. Okay, now this is the most important thing you need to learn, that input will always return string. Now let's see what I'm trying to do. This happen. Area equal to side multiplied by side, and print. You should think it should print area, right? This is a simple program. It should print area. See, can't multiply sequence by non-integer type string, because input always returns string. It will never return integer, and we want an integer. So what you need to do is that you need to convert it into an integer. Okay, remember this. This is very important. So whenever you are taking an input, you have to convert it into integer. Then only you will have integer. So if I say 5, now it will be 20. Okay, if you are using a giving a float output, then you have to obviously convert it into a float. So this is the concept of typecasting. You can obviously cast any type to another, but obviously there are some typecasting you can't do. That means you can't convert a string into an integer, because that will be an invalid cast. Because when you're see, this you can do, but for example, if I don't enter 5 here, before 5 I enter something like Samir, see, invalid return for integer. So you can't convert everything into everything. You can't convert always x to y. You have to see that what is actually convertible. So in here you can put a if condition, that if the type of side is not equal to string, then convert int. Okay, so that you can check and write. So this is quite useful. Now we have done the casting. Let's see what we can do. We have learned casting. We will go through strings a little more, because strings are very useful, and there is one thing known as string slicing also that I want to go through. Okay, now if you know about indexing, when we do a index, okay, let's convert this program to, sorry, okay, let's keep it this way. I will create a new program. Let's see, you have seen a train, right? Train start from an engine and goes all the way back. If we assume the train engine is 0 and every bogie, the train coach is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and something like 20. So we know that there are 21 coaches in the train, and every coach has something inside. Every coach has people inside them, persons inside them. So this is the concept of array also. So we can access anything through index. For example, we will write main, Oh, sorry. Strings.ui. So I'm writing Samir. So this can be given as 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 0 will represent S, A will represent 1 will represent 1, 2 will represent M, 3 will represent E, 4 will represent E, and 5. So this is how it works actually. And if I will show you through the program, then if name equal to Sunny, then if I print just name of 1, it will give you S. Okay, yeah, name of 1 will give you A because it is A. Name of 0, as told you, it starts from 0 to U. Yeah, so this is called indexing, and this operator is used for accessing by index. And you will see this kind of operator in list, tuple, sets. Okay, so this kind of operator will be used in all of them, and this is very useful operator. Okay, so now there is one more thing known as slicing. Now what is known as slicing? That you can give this operator. Now this should always be lower than this. This is the upper bound and this is the lower bound. If I write 2 here, so it will always go from 0, 1 and done. It will never touch 2. The output of this will be S and A because 0 and 1. It will not touch 2. And if I give it 3, then the output will be SAM. It will never touch 3. It will just go towards 2. So the loop goes from 0 to less than 3. Not less than equal to 3. It goes from less than 3. And this is very fast. As you can see, it's fast. So this is known as string slicing. It can be done in reverse order as well. So as I told you, like this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It can be as well as -1, -2, -3, -4, -5 and -6. But remember, this should be always greater than this. So even in if this is -1, then this should be, let's see what the output is. It's 7 because you have given it -1 here, so it will never touch -1 here. Now there is one more thing. If you want to print the string in reverse, what you can do? See, if you want to print the string in reverse, this is the slicing is very useful if you want to print the string in reverse. But before going to string in reverse, I want to know that if the output is this, what can be the output? I just want to know that what can be the output if this is a program. Let's see our output. It's just PS. Because why it is S? What is that? Why it is? So the output is nothing because as I told you, here it should be -2 and then it should go to -1. Now we will look at some different concepts actually. Now string is very useful when it comes to various programs. String is very useful when it comes to various programs, and as you will see in many applications that it is used. Okay, so remember this thing. It is very useful. That now there is one more thing which is very simple. Now if you want to reverse the string, okay, so this is called you slicing. This is slicing. Okay, now if you want to tell whether you want to go from front to back or front to back, there is one more thing here. So there is one more operator called this. Now this is a 3 conditional operator. This is a 3-way operator. It took 3 values, and if I just put -1 here, so what it will do, it will reverse the whole string. We must. Now one more approach is that if I put 0 and if I put 1, 2 here, it will again do the same thing. It will just put Sammy. Okay, so this operator is very useful. Please make sure to remember this. So to print the string in reverse, you just need to do this. And please try to solve many problems as you can, because I think in program in paper all these string sizing problem comes. So this becomes actually very useful. Now moving to our more lectures. Now we will see something called booleans. Booleans we already know, so we will not go through it. But actually booleans are very useful in if statement and we use it in daily life. So we will take a step and we will go through operators, because I feel that the operators are very useful and we haven't seen them yet. We have used a multiplication operator while we are doing the area. So let's go through that. Okay. And we will name this file as operators.py. Now, again, we will do a main. Now, what kind of operators do we have? We have a equal to 4 plus 5. Okay. Then b equal to, this is addition operator, 4 minus 5. This is subtraction operator, c equal to 4 divided by 5. This is division operator, and it will return the output float. If you want to return the output int, the same operator can be used twice, and this will be an integer output. Okay. Then then e is our multiplication operator that we have already seen while we are using the area. Then f is our modulus operator. It will give you the reminder of this. You will see what is the cases where we can go through it. Then we have the square operator. If you want to click g equal to 2 to the power 2. Okay, it is known as it is known as exponential. So 2 raised to the power 2, it is known as exponential. So all these operators we have. Let's see each operator output. A, we copy paste it sometimes very easy. It's fun to do actually. E, F, G. Okay, done. Now we just need to print something. See, 9, 4 plus 5, 9, 4 minus 1. I told you that this is a float operation, so it will return 0.8. This is an integer operation, so it will return 0. This is multiplication 20. Then 4 modulus 5 is 4, obviously, and 2 to the power 2 is 4. So these are the all operators that we use. Now we are going to the conditional statements. We'll create a new program, and this is actually very important because if you want to do competitive programming, these conditional statements and loops are used widely. So now conditional statement. Okay, I have created a program with .text. Conditional statements .py. Okay, now we have done this. Now we will create our main. As a conditional statement, we have if, else if, and all these things. And why these are used? So if you want to talk about a condition, what can be a different types of condition? It can be some condition like 1 equal to 1. It can be like 1 not equal to 2. It can be like 1 is less than 2. It can be 2 is greater than 1. It can be like 1 is less than equal to 2, which is obviously false. Then 1 is greater than equal to 2, which is obviously exactly false, because 1 at the same time can't be greater than equal to 2. So these are the statements that we look at. And to check this statement, if statement is very necessary. So let's see. If we will say side, okay, and we'll take input from the user, enter the side. Now we'll calculate the area only if the side is greater than 2. This is our condition. So we'll write if side is greater than 2, then print. Remember to convert it into int, otherwise a problem will come. Okay, and side. Okay, now we'll run this program, and this is known as conditional. Sorry, py. Can't open conditional.py because there is no conditional statement.py. Oh, freak. Oh. Which directory has showed this? What was this directory? Enter the site. We will say 1. We will say 3. String in it, obviously, because I'm trying to compare this. So what I will do is that I know my output will be string. So rather than casting multiple times, I will cast a single time. And while converting it itself, I will write it here. Okay. The site. So output. But does the user know if I write 1, what is? See, he doesn't see anything, man. I'm also confused that why we are not able to see anything. So in this case, else case. Okay. So what we do is that I told you indentation is very important. So else will indent in the same line as int and will write print. We only give result if for side greater than 2. So in case now, if user enter 1, he will get we only give result for side greater than 2. So now this is a great statement, and this actually tells you that which things you need to use. Okay. So now there is one more scenario of this where we can say that we want to take not side as an input, but actually we want to take option. We are giving 2 options to the user to either calculate the area of the circle or either to calculate the parameter of the circle. So enter the option. The first one is parameter. The second one is area. And third one is, let's avoid for third one now. So parameter and area. So now if user enter 1 and if you enter 2, we should calculate parameter and area. And if user enter anything other than that, we should give that you have entered the wrong result. So we know that else can be used for the other statement that you have entered the wrong statement, the wrong option. But now the question is that how we will check for 1 and 2. So in this case, else if come into the picture. Elif is actually provided by Python, in which we can check if option is equal to if option is equal to 1. And in this case, print 4 into side. Now we will take side also. Enter the option. Then enter the side. Enter the side. And let's see what the output comes. So we will give at first a 4. Enter the side 2. That you haven't chosen a wrong option. Now if I give enter 1 with a 4, we get the output 16. So this is what else if are for. And there is one more conditional statement known as switch. Switch actually works the same way as else if. When there are multiple else if, it is very confusing for you to choose. So we use switch. WIT. Oh, ho, ho, this is something, a big thing. Okay, before going to which, what we will do, we will go through one more statement in which I need to tell you, and this is actually very interesting. I thought there is a switch case in Python, but actually there is not, and I'm sorry for my misunderstanding. But actually, switch case is represented in various different languages, but there is no switch case in Python. So there is only the option of else for you now. And there is one more thing. There are some statements known as or, and this do exactly what they're supposed to do. For example, if I want to implement two things, that I will calculate the area only if the they have chosen a correct option and side is also greater than 2. If they have to, and for the parameter I don't care, but either of the conditions should be true. So the option is true or side is greater than 2, or side is greater than. So these are the conditions. Now see, if you have chosen option 1 and if you have entered the size as 3, this will calculate this. If you have chosen the option 3, so this will become false, but this will be true, so it will go into the loop. In this case, either this can be true or this can be true. They both not need to be true. But in the first case, you see, they both need to be true. Then only it will go inside the statement. So this is our if else statement. Now we will go into our multiple next thing known as loops in Python. So loops in Python is also a important concept because these kind of things will help you in iterating the uh, list and all those things. And let's see what loops can do. So we will create loops.py. Uh, and I'm really sorry for my misunderstanding. I thought the switch case actually exists in Python, but it doesn't. And the same thing in Python, do while doesn't exist. Only while and for loop exist. I thought they exist, but so in this, there are three kind of for loops here. One is for each, and the other one is while loop. So first we'll go to while loop. The while loop, the definition is simple. So we will declare our declaration is done outside the loop. Then we will do while I is less than 10, and initialization is done inside the loop. So I plus plus. So it doesn't provide increment operator either. And what we'll do, we'll print I. So like the programs, it's a simple program of printing number from 0 to 1. If someone asks you to print the natural numbers, you can use this program. For it is different. We will do for j in range. So we will use a range operator here. That is a sequence data type that we have mentioned. We will give the starting range. We will give the ending range. And we will give the step. So by default, the starting range is always 0. So you can avoid this. And by default, the step is always 1. You can also avoid it. You just need to mention the main thing, which is your 5. Okay. Sorry. So I think here it is not comma. J range from 0 to 5. Yeah, it's all right. So then we will do print j. So here all the initialization and where it need to go, it is always less than, remember, so it will just print from 0 to 4 and the step. So if I remove 0, it shouldn't be error. I don't know why it is showing error. So yeah, so range 5 means going from 0 to 5. So we need not to provide anything except the last it want to go. But if you want to mention where it need to start, then you should mention start. For example, I can start, I just want to print 1 2 3 4, and the step. If I want to jump a step, that means I want to print 1 then 3 and then done. Okay, if I will take 6 here, so I want to print 1 then 3 then 5 and then done. Then I will write 2 here. That means increment by 2. It's the same thing is equal to j plus 2. Now if I run this program, python oops.py. For the first program, it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 because it will not go to 10 because I have written I should be less than 10, not less than equal to 10. Then for the other program, it will go from 1, 3, 5 because I am doing j plus 2 and starting from 1. So now the loops are I think the loops are also pretty clear to you. The next important thing which go for us, I would say I would take list. Now what is list? First thing you remember to know that list is mutable. When I say mutable and immutable, it means that once it is created, you can't change it. So example, if you create a tuple is actually immutable. So if you create a tuple and you enter 1, 2, 3 in it, I will explain it with examples. Okay, so if you create a tuple and you example 1, 2, 3 in it, and if you want to insert one more element, okay, so actually this tuple is not getting changed in the memory. It is creating new tuple which is doing 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you want to know that the element is mutable or not, you can just do one thing. We know you can use indexing, right? So just try to change this tuple by index 0 equal to 4. It will give you an error saying that tuple can't be changed. We will see this logic, but this is the difference between mutable and immutable. So I would say list is a collection which is ordered and mutable and allow duplicate members, obviously. So this is the main thing you need to remember. Now let's see the list. We will do a new page and we will save it with derived data types, derive underscore types .py. Okay, now we'll write main, and the most important thing here is list. lst, we created a list of 1, 2, 3. Now we'll see important function of list. First, we will try to print the list by our index. So list of 1, which should be 2. Similarly, we can use the slicing in list. So list of 0, 2 should be, and we can do this thing also, reversing the list, which we have learned in string. Now see some list important function, how to insert into a list, how to do different things. So we'll do lst dot. So we have pop, remove and return the element at index. That means it will pop the first element. Index, return the index value of the index. So you can just find what value you want. For example, list.index. I want to find 2. So it will return the value of the index. Print, we'll see. Then lst.count. It will tell you the number of occurrence particular. For example, if you write 2, then it will tell it, for example, for this, the 2 is occurring 1, so it will only give 1. If 2 is occurring multiplied, it can tell you the multiplier. Append means to object the object from last. Clear, to remove all the elements from the list. Insert means the particular index you want to insert the element, and the object means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For example, in the new list, I want to insert an index 110, so it will insert 10 before 2. Okay, so then print c dot reverse, as we are doing the same thing, -1. You can use a function. Sort is an important function. It will sort a list. For example, I will print the list here, then I will do lst.sort. Okay, and then I will do the print list again. Okay, so this is the thing we can do. I told you that a list is mutable, so I can change 0th index automatically to 12. Then again, if print the list, we will see value. Then some important function of list we have seen. I think list are same. It's okay. You can ignore the rest. So let's see all the function. Okay. Now I go to my command line. Then I do python derived data types.py. type is not subscriptable. List should be subscriptable, obviously, because I have written IISG. I can't return IISG. I have to written LSG. Okay. Oh. And I do this. See, now this is a perfect example of interpreted language. It is going one by one. So it is not showing all the output, all the errors at once. It is showing error in this line. Now it is showing me error in this line. So this is what lists do. So the first is 2. So the list element is 1 is 2. That is our correct output. Then we have done some slicing 0, 2. It will not print 3, but it will give 0 and 1. So 1 and 2. Then we have done the reverse. Good. 1, 2, 3 shows 3, 2, 1. Then what is the index of 2? It shows 1. Perfect. Then print lsg insert 1, 10. Output is none because it has inserted. Now if you see the list, it will show 1, 10, 2, 3. See, it does not replace the element if I inserted it. Then we have used the sort and then printed the list. Then 1, 2, 3, 10. And then what we have done, we have changed the first element. That means what, 1 to 12. And you can see the list. It is 12, 2, 3, 10. And then you can use again the sorting function. So these are the functionality of list. Remember. Now there are something we can do with a tuple, and there are something which we can't do with a tuple. Now we can't do a tuple use like this, and you will see why. Okay. Now what we'll do, we will just do tple, and we'll change this to this, and everything is same. So I will do change, If there will be an error, everything will be successful. First thing, you can't insert because it is immutable. You can't insert anything which is immutable. Okay, then it will give an error in sort because sorting also allows interchanging of elements, which is again can't be done because it is immutable. Then we do this, which is also again the same thing. You can't assign anything to the A because it's a tuple. So basically tuples are used when you just want to access. So it is created once. You can obviously append dot. Oh, you can't even append. So that's interesting. See, you can't even append. So tuple once created, you can't do anything with that. So tuples are actually immutable. So if you want to constrain your program not to change anything within a tuple, you will do like this, and this will actually help. So if you pass this tuple into any other program, it will not change it. So tuple are indestructible, you can see. Now the sets are used. The set is actually very unique functionality because what set do is that set removes a unique element. Okay, so if you don't believe me, I will create a set for you which are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If it's a list, it will print? It will print you exact the same thing what you have written, right? Now let's see what happens in case of set. See? Index 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now if I ask you to write a simple program to remove the duplicate element of the list, what you will do? So it's very easy now, right? lsg 1, 2, 3, 4 something 2, 2, 3, 4, 1. If I want to remove the duplicate element, just need to do this. lsg, then your floor line programs 1, 2, 3, 4. See, just a 4-line programs with using sets. So these are the sets useful for to remove duplicate elements from the list. Done. So this actually clarifies the list. Now the last, which is one of the most important thing in Go, is dictionary. As I told you, dictionaries are storing the key value pair. So if I want to store like this, dict equal to 1, the first roll number, for example, is Abhishek. This is actually your class timetable if you see. Then second roll number is Samir. Yeah, this is boys school, so everyone will be boy. And then it will be your thing. Okay, these are my 3 good friends. So, yeah, my name is Samir. These 2 are my good friends. Okay, so this is a dictionary. Obviously, you can't in Python you can't print a dict. Sorry, I will write dict to it because dict is actually a keyword in which we told that this is that. Now there are multiple things you can do with the dictionary. So to insert element, you can do like this. Roll number 4 is what should I say? Tell me a name, man. I don't remember the name. Let's say Aditya. Which can't be possible, but in my case it is. You can change the current thing to another. For example, if I change did 3 to Ishita. Yeah, obviously, I have friends who are girls, man. Studying in a boys' school doesn't mean that I will have only boyfriend. Boyfriend, not boyfriend, boyfriend. So this is the one thing you can do. So this is into appending into a dictionary. You can find a key. So update function is used when you want to update a key. Okay, and then pop, default, clear, get. All these are things you can actually go through this and see. But other things I want to show is that for I in dit dot keys. So if you just want to print keys, so this function will help. So it will just print keys, that means your keys. Then if you want to print just the values, then in dit okay, then print I dot get value. Value. That dot items. Yeah. Items. I dot count triple reduce. We need. I remember actually we print something like this only, and this will give you the. Yeah, you can directly use values. Sorry, I forgot. So just it will give you all the values to you, and this is a pretty simple. So if you this is our dictionary, okay. Then we have inserted something into a dictionary. So I will print the dictionary once more because we have done something to dictionary and not very clear that what we have done to a dictionary. And this is very simple. So we have done this. We have added 4th name to Ishita, and we have 4 named Aditya and changed Yatin to Ishita. That means updation of the dictionary and adding to the dictionary. Then we have printed all the keys. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we have printed all the values, which is Abhishek, Samir, Ishita, and Aditya. So you see, these are the 4 important derived data types in Python, and this actually covers all the things which you need for the programming and you need for any interview which they are going to ask. And if you want to see more things, then we will go through some functions. Okay, and we haven't created anything right now using function. So I would create a program where you will create the parameter and area of the different options using the if else, and it will use loops also. and it will take input from the user. So it will be an interactive program. Let's see. Okay. Now we will do control new. Sometimes a program doesn't work. I don't know why. So I would say calculator. So we actually will create a calculator. That's much better. Okay. So this will be the basic program, which will use multiple things. So first is our option from the user. It will be a looping program. So please enter your option. Okay. Then first it is, we will use while and we will use true. This means this loop will run from infinity. Then we will take option from user, where it will say 1 equal 1 say area, 2 say parameter, and 3/3 says exit. Okay. One more. Now we have the option. Okay. Now if say option is less than 3, then only we will ask the side. Otherwise we will not ask the side. Okay, because we know that the option is if greater than 3, then there is no use of side. If the option is less than 3, or I would say I would add one more, what we can do for a circle. Do you remember anything that we can do for a circle? Or say we want to print name. Okay, and 4th is exit. So we will do something. Which if the number is less than 3, we'll do something, or if the number is greater than 3, we'll not do it. Okay, so this is the most important thing we will do. And let's see, if the option is less than 4, then let's see pass. I will write the value. Then else break. Okay, break and continue are the, if you want to get out of a loop, you can use break, and if you want to continue the things, you can use. So we know if it is less than 4, then we have 1, we have 2, we have 3. Okay, but we have 0 also. Remember this. We haven't done what can we do for 0. So here we are specifically what we will do. If option is equal to 0, what we will do? We will say him print wrong option. Wrong option. Please choose the right. Okay. Then else. Then if option is equal to 1, print area of the circle plus str side. So we will ask side int enter the, sorry, now you will see that I have used here str, because when you do a print and you want to add concatenate something, obviously you can't concatenate integer with a string. So that's why I have converted it to a string. Okay, so then elif if option is equal to 2, then print four into side Okay, and the last situation else where 3 comes, and I will print my name is Samir. Done. See, pretty simple, huh? Now we'll run this program and let's see what happens. And I have written this program calculator.Py. I don't know why. Though I will enter 4, that means exit from the program. I will enter 1, then enter the side. If I enter 4, then area of 16, and it will continue asking. Then I will enter 3, enter the side, then my name is Samir because I have asked that side there only. Then comes the parameter, enter the side 3, then the 12, and if I enter 0, wrong option, please choose the right one. So our program seems to work correctly as we have expected. So this is a small program calculator which use all of the things, and we will look into the more complicated programs in the later stage of the Python. And this is actually more than enough. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 files, and now this is more than enough, and you can go through all this, and this will cover all your basics of the Python. And actually now you are ready to actually code in Python. So I would really encourage you, if you have gone through this lecture, please go and start working in Python, and it will also improve your technical skills, which in future will help you to improve your coding. Means if you want to go for Google interviews, if you want to go for Microsoft interviews, this will actually help you. Nothing will help you. So these are the basics. Please go through all of them, and they will really help you. So thank you, and you will see me in the competitive programs of Python. Thank you.